Ravens, you're right. An umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies, the 1982 The Thing and the 1987 Long Gone, starring William S. Peterson, Kurt Russell, Virginia Matson, Keith David, Teller, and a dog named Jed. Now two guys who are very grateful for our veterans on this Veterans Day, Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for a great intro, and thank you to all the veterans for your service.
Absolutely, 100%. Thank you.
This is a very pro-veteran show here, so
yeah.
Thanks everybody for your help. And
my voice is changing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you'll work that
like
out.
Peter Brady.
Hey everybody, he's Jeff Miller.
Yep.
We call him the Ump. Jeff enjoys spending time with his dog Tango. I was told to tell you that his dog does not dance, but I'm offering this up. Jeff does, and I have ring footage to prove it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah. You
That's
were
ridiculous.
dancing that one time. Oh,
okay,
my God.
Sure. Okay.
Do you want me to bring it in? Be careful how you answer.
Okay, let's roll.
All right, you tell us how the show works.
Wait, so I'm the Ump. He's the Vamp. He likes horror movies. I don't. I like sports movies. He really could give two rips about them. So I have to watch a horror movie each week and tell you what I think. He has to watch a sports movie, an awesome sports movie, and tell you what he thinks.
It's like eating my vegetables.
You know what? I had Chinese food tonight.
Yeah.
I did. We had King's Walk, right?
Yeah, King's Walk here in beautiful downtown Muskego.
Muskego's great. Don't rip it.
I'm not.
You're gonna.
That's what New Berlin's there for.
That's true. But I had the General TSO.
Sow, I think is how it's pronounced.
I don't know, but that's good stuff. I like that.
All right, we'll be corrected.
Nobody wants to hear about what we're eating. I don't even know why I went down that road.
I don't either, but tonight we're going to be talking about The Thing by John Carpenter, the 1982 version.
Right.
And then we're going to start off, though, the movie that I watched.
Ever.
Long Gone. And if you haven't heard of it, you are not alone. This is not a movie a lot of people know about, Jeff.
No, they don't. It came
Did
out
you make this up?
No, it came out on HBO.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw it, and I fell in love with this movie the first time I watched it. I think I've watched it at least once a year since then. And I just love this movie. It's my Raiders of the Lost Ark type movie. I mean, I have movies that are in my top 5. This is number 1. You put Raiders in there too, but this is my number 1 sports, any kind of movie, number 1. Wow. I love this movie.
We're going to be talking about that, but first, we do have something that we need to get to.
Oh, yeah.
And that is... Last week, you put together a nice rant, Jeff, for us. You have absolutely nothing for us this week, but guess what?
You must have something.
I decided to reach out to my favorite sports group.
Yeah.
And they put together something for us. They gave us a package. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Wow. Impressive. Sports middle.
Yeah, well, it's not the center. It's not sports center.
Oh, I like that. That's clever, too. Okay.
The tractable.
Hello, this is Fritzy, your court. Hi. I'm down here. Zoom it on Fritzy. Zoom it on Fritzy. There we go.
I'm wasting my voice laughing about this. This is too
You're
funny.
You're very bad at your job. This is Fritzy. Up until recently, I was also in the parakeet tractor pull, and I decided to take a little time off.
Fritzy, you are under suspension. You know what you did.
Hey, they can hear you, you dummy. Anyway, they don't suspend you unless you've been cheaping. Cheap. Stadiums are now sold out in the following venues: Muskego, New Berlin, Greenfield, Omro, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin Dells, and Orlando, Florida.
What?
So you're not going to be able to see the parakeet tractor pulls there. Also this week, a number of allegations of doping are out there on the parakeet. I know lots of parakeets. They're already pretty dopey. They don't need additional doping. Anyway, that's it for this week in Parakeet Tractor Pull. Back to you. Now you can zoom out. Don't like the sweepy thing. And
I'm going to have to make sure I have something for each week. That was very clever. But where's that bird?
What do you mean, where's that bird?
Where is he?
Where's the bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
We may not have a bird here, but we have new merch. It just went in my way.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can show yours. I can show mine too. Dead on the Bases koozies.
And in case you can't type, you can always take a picture of the QR code and get right to Dead on the Bases.
So we will have these at Horror Realm.
Yes, we
Stop
will.
by and get them.
And it's Horror Realm. Stop saying Horror Realm.
It's Horror Realm.
Horror.
And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Woof.
But before we get into your review,
Yeah.
I have to set the record straight.
Yes.
So, yes, I did watch Peggy's her review about Squid Games, and that's what kind of got me into this. But before that, there was one of my coworkers. Her name's Brittany. She brought it up to me initially, and I says, "Oh, Squid Games." Blah, blah, blah. So I didn't express that last week, and Brittany called me out, and she says, "I'm the one who told you about that first." So yeah, she did tell me about it, but Peggy was able to pull the trigger and get me to watch it.
Yeah, and it takes quite a bit to get Jeff to watch stuff, I'll tell you, because I got to assign him all these fantastic, great horror movies, and then he puts his time in on stuff like this, these stinky old sports movies.
I'm gonna enjoy every one of these graphics. Let's go.
There aren't many.
I know.
There are not many on the internet from this movie.
Long gone.
Long gone, 1987. So, what can I tell you about it?
It's an awesome movie. No, I'll let you go. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
You know, you should be saving your voice.
You're right, and I will.
This is the story. This movie is rare. Finding it, you had some sort of special DVD that you put out order for this thing. This is the story of the Tampico Stogies, a minor league team in what sounds like a league in Florida or Georgia. I think they're in Florida, but a lot of the teams they play are in Georgia. The star player and manager is Stud Cantrell. That's actually his name in this thing. He's played by William Peterson, who you know as Gus Grissom in CSI. He made this HBO film in the late 80s. Okay, this must have been near the beginning of HBO making their own stuff. Because Sopranos, I think, was pretty early on, and that was like early 90s, late 80s. So this had to be pretty early on. Now, Virginia Matson plays Dixie Lee Box. I am not making up any of these names, by the way.
She's a peanut roaster. She's a peanut roaster.
She sure is.
That's her job.
And
watch the movie.
Wait, hold on.
What's that?
You know what it's going to say.
Oh, that's what she said profusely. Proclaimed profusely. Yeah, she's a female
She's
nut
a peanut roaster,
Yeah.
indeed. And she's always showing off her box. The woman who distracts Stud, she's like the main distraction for Stud during the season. Basically, she's constantly wearing almost nothing, and she's splitting her legs for him pretty regularly. So he finds that quite distracting. Then you have Dermot Mulrooney is Jamie Weeks in this. He's the new second baseman, yeah. The second base player that gives the team some fresh blood and kind of gets them going again. Then there's Larry Riley, who plays Joe Louis Brown, the long ball hitter that seems like a gift from the Almighty, except he has one problem. He is terminally black in the South when the KKK didn't mean 3 strikeouts.
Very good.
Thank you.
This movie actually takes place in 1957.
1957. Okay, I knew it was like mid-50s. But...
Yeah, so in the opening scene, Virginia Matson singing the national anthem,
right.
And across her she has a sash on. She was some queen of 1957.
Wasn't it like Sun Blossom or something like that?
Cherry Blossom. There you go.
Cherry Blossom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she popped her cherry. Anyway.
Damn. This is a
Didn't she at one point say that she like slept with 100 men or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
after her dad died.
Yeah. Well, I guess you need activities.
Go ahead.
She's probably like, well, should I take up knitting or should I spread my legs and let men just bounce on me for hours at a time?
Okay.
All right.
Back to the movie. The very great movie.
Okay. So the hotshot second baseman, Jamie, that's Mulroney there, he takes up with a local gal, Esther Wren, played by Katie Boyer. And despite her strict Protestant upbringing, he starts dating her. And by dating her, I mean banging the hell out of her in a car as well.
Oh, wow.
What?
All right, go ahead.
Is he or is he not? I mean, that car is rocking. Then Stud, which remember is Gus Grissom over there, CSI. He is not investigating the murder,
Grissom, by the way.
which this movie could have used a murder or two.
Okay.
There were, in fact, here's a spoiler, everybody. There were absolutely no murders in this movie.
They try to.
Yeah, but none. So that might turn a lot of you off right there.
You're going to want to watch this movie. If you like anything about sports, you'll love this movie.
Okay. Now, Stud is constantly negotiating with the father-son team that owns the team, and that's played by Henry Gibson and a speaking teller from Penn and Teller. He actually speaks in this movie.
Yep.
Okay. Now, the other big story in this is Joe Louis
Brown.
What is his name? Joe Louis Brown.
Yep.
Joe Louis Brown. They hire him on, but they're scared about him being terminally black.
Right.
So they decide to tell everybody he's from Venezuela, and they speak no English.
Right.
He goes running around speaking no English.
Right.
Like twice in the whole movie, he says anything Spanish.
You're
But
right.
He kind of, they're like, oh yeah, this is a major plot point. I'm like, well, you forgot about it 2 minutes later in the script. But, and this kind of leads me to my biggest issue with this movie. It doesn't seem to have an A story. And by an A story, I mean, there doesn't seem to be one story. There's like these 3 stories going, and I don't know which one's the most important.
Okay.
Honestly, I think they had too many characters.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I probably would have taken Dermot Mulroney's second baseman and split some of that up with Joe Louis Brown somehow.
Okay.
And because it could have been that he was going out with a ferociously Protestant African American woman. That could have worked, but I just felt like there was almost too much going on.
Okay.
But anyway, back to what I have written here. This movie now it did come out shortly before Bull Durham, and Virginia Matson has all but claimed that film stole from this one. She saw the director of Bull Durham
Ron Shelton.
taking notes at the preview of this movie, which I didn't know they did movie previews for HBO TV movies, but apparently they do.
Maybe.
Or maybe she was spreading her legs for him at his house and just, no? Okay.
Tim.
I don't think Bull Durham stole from this movie. I think they're both about minor league.
Right.
So they have a similar storyline they're going by, but I don't think they stole anything here. This movie is much lighter in tone than Bull Durham. Bull Durham kind of is a little depressing at times, even though it's supposedly a comedy.
Right.
It's kind of like everybody's not happy in their life. And here you have people that probably shouldn't be happy in life and seem to be okay. And like in Bull, it's about an oddball pitcher that might make it to the bigs if this aging veteran, which is Costner, can show him the way. Okay, and what's good about Bull Durham, that's like the story. And it all kind of fits together with Sarandon and all that. In this one, you have the team confronting racism, literally with torches versus baseball bats. Right? You have out of wedlock sex. You have game fixing. Now, who the hell would fix a minor league game? I don't know. That's like fixing a little league game as far as I'm concerned. I'm like, who's betting on these? And then the team itself is in jeopardy of being sent to the bench. So those are much higher stakes. There's a lot more going on here.
But they're happier.
And it's a lighter tone, and it's actually a little more fun to watch.
All right.
It isn't billed as a comedy. Like, I think Bull Durham, a lot of people say, oh, it's great comedy. And I'm kind of like, well, it has some funny parts. But
yeah,
I think probably between the two movies, they have about the same amount of laughs.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
This is kind of like a dramedy, I guess I would say.
Comedy, I like that.
I do think Teller is way underrated as an actor in this thing. I don't know why he didn't get more work, because he's so slimy with Henry Gibson, and he's constantly like whispering things in his ear.
He got that part because he looks like Henry Gibson.
Right.
They gave him that part for that reason.
Yeah. It's just, and again, I think there's just too many stories. You have the veteran that is trying to get his break. Or is he going to finally settle down? You know, if it's between the girl in New York City type of situation. You got the second baseman, the religious gal, and he's thinking about starting a family and all that stuff. Then you have this black superstar that's getting his first big opportunity in a part of the country that doesn't sure it wants to give him an opportunity. So it kind of felt like a jumble, and you didn't know which story to follow. And you had thrown in like the last third of the movie, you learn that, you know, the Stogies aren't doing so hot, and maybe they're going to get rid of the team on top of it. I'm like, holy crap. It's like you tagged every base. You had Slapshot of the teams going away. You had the racism of race that we had earlier this thing.
Yeah, see, I wrapped it all up.
Yeah, so it's really a composite of sports movies there. I do think if it narrowed the focus, and oh, by the way, added about $50 million to it, which I'm thinking the budgets were probably that far apart, I think it would have enjoyed more success. But this movie has some great advantages. One is you don't have that beast of a woman, Susan Sarandon, in there. That's always a good thing. To me, as it stands, baseball fans all know about the Durham Bulls. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Same thing.
Yep.
But they have not been introduced to the Tampico Stogies, and I think that's a bit of a shame.
And,
I think it is.
And the thing about this movie,
the
ending, and I'm not going to give it away, you're not going to give it away, but
yes,
that ending...
I'm giving it away.
Don't. That ending is phenomenal.
Everybody's seen this movie.
No one has seen this movie.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
The ending to this movie is worth watching the whole movie, because I didn't see it.
It's a sports ending.
No. Yes,
There's
it is.
Sports
but
involved.
it's fantastic. It is so twisted around that you won't see it coming. I think that ending...
I'll give you that.
That's one of the best endings of a sports movie I've ever seen. Honestly. That ending is...
It's because...
Anybody...
He's saying that because it's so freaking baseball.
No.
It's like baseball times 35.
Listen to this. Anybody who watches this movie, I challenge you to watch this movie and tell me how it's going to end.
if you don't know anything about baseball, do you even understand the last
No, but you're not going to watch
20
it then.
minutes?
But actually, here it is, though. But you might. But you might.
No.
Human nature. Human nature.
No. All right.
Anyways.
So, you know what time it is.
It's your awesome. Yeah.
Horror movie connections. There's quite a few of them in this one. Now, I've been going off the deep end lately. I've been giving very long lists.
Yes.
I'm going to try to keep it a little bit better. So just know I'm aware there's more credits that these guys have, but I'm keeping it to the biggies.
No, it's not.
William Peterson, okay, of CSI fame and apparently the movie Long Dog. Stud.
Cecil Stud Cantrell.
Yeah. He was in the 1986 Twilight Zone. Everybody was. That was an actor at that time.
Is that the one where he had the accident?
No.
Okay.
And most importantly, though, he was in the movie Manhunter. Go ahead and ask me about Manhunter.
I don't have to ask you.
Oh, you know about it.
No, I know nothing about that. I was thinking you were going to say Live and Die in L.A., but that wouldn't be a horror movie.
That's not a horror movie, but that is a good movie. I enjoy that movie. Manhunter is the first appearance of Hannibal Lecter on screen.
Oh.
It was directed by Michael Mann back in the 80s. And William Peterson plays basically the Clarice role, but it's a male at that point. The person chasing down the killer. Okay, so Manhunter, if you haven't seen it, very good movie. Very enjoyable. Virginia Matson, holy cow. That one I didn't have to look up. Candyman. She's the female lead in Candyman, which is just
never gonna see that movie.
rebooted.
I'm never going to watch that movie.
You think so? She was in The Prophecy, which had Christopher Walken in there. And she was in the 1999 Haunting, which connects her to Catherine Zeta-Jones and Lily Taylor.
Okay.
So, Dermot Mulroney, I thought I'd find something on him. The only thing I could find was he's been in the recent TV series The Purge. The Purge was a bunch of movies. And now they have a TV series, and it looks like he was in multiple episodes.
Is Purge the one where they have like 24 hours they have to live inside their house, otherwise they get killed if they come out?
You'll find out.
All right.
Henry Gibson. Henry Gibson, first of all, anytime this happens, I'm going to mention it. He was in the movie Inner Space. I know that's not a horror movie, but it's one of my favorite movies.
Never seen it.
I love mentioning Inner Space. But that also led to him having a cameo in Gremlins 2 and a lead role in The Burbs. They were all made by Joe Dante. Inner Space is a great sci-fi movie.
It's not realistic.
So I bring it up all the time. He also did, this is interesting to our folks in the chat room, particularly Trogdor. He did an episode of Erie, Indiana, which was a short-lived horror anthology type thing in the 80s. He was also in the star-packed Monster in the Closet in 1986. He also did an 80s Twilight Zone. And he was in Halloween is Grinch Night.
What?
He was the voice of one of the townspeople in Whoville. There was apparently a Halloween version of the Grinch. I didn't know about this. And he was in a television special called The Mini Munsters. And the less said about that, the better. Those both came out in the early 70s. The Mini Munsters television special, I found some of it, out there on the interwebs.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
So is
terrible.
It like Muppet Babies?
There are people that like the Muppet Babies. I never got into it.
Me either.
I never got into it. I think
Tim
I was
is still recovering from watching
just
Long Gone. Whatever. Okay, let's get your grade.
I'm almost over having to watch all these stinky sports movies. I'm really the victim around here.
Oh, whatever. This is the best movie ever.
Yeah, but to score this, I did go back and check what I gave Bull Durham.
Okay.
I wrote down a number, looked at what I gave Bull Durham, then I came back, and I found that I agree with both. I gave this movie and
I don't remember what you gave Bull Durham, but you gave it a high rating, so I'm gonna say you gave it 8.
That's
there
correct. So I gave this one an 8 as well. I like this movie slightly better. But I did think if they focused it a little bit more, I would have enjoyed it more.
If they would have what?
If they would have focused it more. If it would have been
I don't
more
know.
one story. I actually thought they gave short shrift to Joe Louis Brown.
What does that mean?
They didn't give enough airtime
Oh.
to him because I thought he was a fascinating character, and he was really a side character.
He was.
Yeah.
It's all around Cecil. It's all around stud.
Yeah. And
Thinking if the St. Louis Cardinals are going to bring him on to become a... I could talk about this movie all night, but let's just...
Yeah.
You know what? We should... Hey, you know
Hey,
they have...
what
Wait,
can
hold
we
on,
do?
hold on.
Okay.
They have all this stuff over at Horror Realm.
horror realm.
We should have our own showings. I should bring that disc and we should show that movie.
I think we would get in trouble for copyright
Why?
because we didn't get that approved. You
I
have
got
to
it
go
approved.
through approval.
I got approved.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody knows the movie exists, so that
That
is
movie's
pretty
awesome,
good.
people.
You should check it out.
Thank you, Tim.
I'm not quite sure how you're going to find it, but if you're Jeff, you can find
I'll
it.
tell you what. You
Come over to Jeff's house
No.
and just
If
sit
you-
there on his couch. Call Tango over,
Tango's awesome.
and you can watch
I
it
think
with
we should
Jeff.
have Tango in here during one of the shows.
No,
Nice. Anyways, Henry Gibson was the voice of Wilbur the pig.
Yes,
in
he was.
The animated Charlotte's Web.
but
of the
oddly,
70s.
Tom, not a horror movie.
Right.
Charlotte's Web, not a horror movie.
All right.
But there are some pretty cringeworthy moments with Paul Lynde doing a rat in that movie.
Paul Lynde wasn't he like the center
He
circle
played
in Hollywood Squares?
Yes, he was. Very good.
I know my stuff.
You sure do. You know what it's time for?
I know.
You do?
I do.
But, oh, there it is. There's some merch. Let's see some more about our new lines.
Let's make some merch money.
Get this high-quality, durable garment at our store or a fine partner location. Get our classic and classy tees that really shine, worn out on their own, paired with some chinos or a pair of jeans. And what else do we have coming in the line?
I think we got a market going. I don't know.
You could be wearing this on a shirt very soon. It's our new merch!
Open it up Muskego style.
Where is it available? Oh,
Bellevue Village Inn.
Village
Oh my
Inn.
God, that's gone.
Yeah, that's real
Yeah.
gone.
I already know what the next shirt's gonna say.
Yeah.
I already know.
What is it?
It's not gonna say anything.
Well,
it's
it's
gonna
season
read.
4.
Yeah, season 4. They'll have to wait for season 4.
Yeah?
It's already in production, by the way.
I bet it is. I'm not even gonna guess what it is, but I'm sure it's
Tim,
awesome.
these other shirts are flying off the racks.
They are.
I get so much in my email that I've been sending these out I send out 2 or 3 a week.
Really?
I do.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing since we got, what, 4 people watching right now?
No, people heard about this. I actually sent one to Omaha.
Really?
Yeah. The Big O.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. We need to tell everybody about
Horror Realm.
this going on.
Look at this. How many days?
Wait.
No, how many days?
Why did
4
that
days?
not happen?
6 days.
I hit the
I don't-
button.
You know,
I keep hitting the button.
Maybe next season we switch chairs and I run the
What the frick? I have a timer and everything.
That's what she said.
There
it is.
I swear.
There it is.
That one.
But it's
That
Horror
one.
Realm.
There we go. 7 days. Holy cow.
Hey, we'll be there at this time next week because we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Wait,
by
what
then.
time is it now? It's 7:30, so over there it's 8:30.
30, yeah.
We'll be there
definitely
for about
be
5 hours already.
Yeah.
We'll tore that town up.
Yeah, they'll already be screaming to take us back in Milwaukee.
Hell no. Wait till we get there. It's going to be awesome. That's right, Tim. We will be in Pittsburgh at this time next week.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And everybody's
We should do
gonna
a live
love us.
show. I still think we should do one.
I'm going to try to figure that out, but it's going to have to be with the phone. So you're not going to have all these little special effects.
Well, the special effects don't seem to work anyways. It's got to be a little easier for you.
I'm not kidding. I'm really mad right now.
At me?
No,
Well, yeah.
it's damn bored. Let's see if this one works. And after Horror Realm, that worked.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing OWC Presents Horror Realm, The Autopsy.
Like what happened at it. Like it's like
Yes.
It's like if there's a dead body here, you're seeing what
Right.
happened to the dead body.
Right.
Like Gil Grissom did in CSI. Look at all that stuff gets tied together.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
he wasn't actually the guy who did that. It was
No, it was
old
that
guy
other
with,
guy.
with a cane.
Yeah. Yeah, he caned people. But
Do you remember that kid that got caned? Remember he was over in the Philippines, they caned him?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him. He came back here. I don't know what he did.
He learned to sit again.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. But
Horror Realm next week.
Horror Realm, we're going to have a great time. And then after it, on December 2nd, that's the Thursday following Thanksgiving, we'll be doing the autopsy on it.
Oh, I
So
like
you'll
that.
want to
Gives you
tune
time to
in.
digest it all.
Yeah, and enough time for me to put together whatever we're going to do with it.
Oh.
All right. So, Jeff,
I had a movie this week.
you did have a movie.
I did. I had.
Hold on, I got to
had
hit
The
my
Thing. Look at
buttons
this.
here.
Look at this. Abominable Snow Race. Doesn't that look like The Thing?
It does.
A little bit.
Wow.
And my hat, Eskimo ice. It's for ice
Now,
fishing.
if you might be the thing for all I know.
You
And
know,
it's
I
a
try to coordinate.
perfect copy.
I try to coordinate every week. Yeah, look at that. Look at how close that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at it's get up a little bit so you can. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a perfect exact copy.
I'm not just a pretty face. I make these things
That's for
happen.
sure.
No, exactly. Oh, this is going to be good. I am looking forward to seeing what you have up here.
Okay.
So now, I watched this movie, and then I turned around, and I watched this second time in 2 days. So that's kind
You
of...
have not done that before.
I haven't done that yet, and the only other one that I would have done it for was
Trick or
Happy
Treat.
Death... No.
Oh, Happy
I
Death
could,
Day?
I could have watched Trick or Treat again, too, but
Yeah.
this... Something about this movie really sucked me in, and I know what it is. I know what it is, and you know what it is. It's because...
There's a dog at the beginning,
Poor-
and there's snow.
That poor dog. Yes, there's snow. Not really the dog so much, but look at that. That's wicked. Okay, so there's snow, and the other thing that really got me going, that really like energized me for this, is they were using flame guns,
Oh yeah.
fire torches. That is fantastic. If you can get another movie that's got fire guns in it, or torch guns, what are they called? Torches?
Flamethrowers.
Flamethrowers. That's it. Tim. Flamethrowers. I love that. That is so cool. Can you imagine walking around with a flamethrower and just... That was pretty cool.
You know,
because they could use
I
guns.
have often wondered there
Tim.
is some sort of North Pole outpost doing
Tim.
weather and stuff like that. What do they need the flamethrower for?
I don't know, but listen. Oh, hold on. Listen to this. But guns.
Barbecuing.
There's guns in every movie. So Die Hard, they had a gun here,
Yeah.
a gun there, everywhere, a whip. But you bring out a what is it again?
Flamethrower.
A flamethrower. How can I not remember that? You bring out a flamethrower, and it's just awesome. But how about that part where Kurt Russell? Let me put up the people's names. Hold on a second. So that his name is McCready.
Right.
Yeah, I got there early. So, anyways, yes, McCready.
Yeah.
How about why? Okay, so answer a couple questions before we get in this.
Sure.
How come he couldn't get his flamethrower to work? What was going on there?
First, let's quickly get everybody up to date
I
on
will.
what the
I will.
movie is, and then
I will
we'll
because
get
I
into
watched
questions.
it. You didn't see it.
Okay.
All right. So there's this movie. That The Thing. So there's these people and they're in the Antarctic.
Right.
Okay. And they're doing some scientific stuff, but it opens up with this dog running, and it's kind of like a wolf dog. And there's somebody shooting it, and I'm actually getting upset. I'm like, why are they going to shoot this dog? This kind of sucks. Well, the dog makes it back to camp. I'm like, cool, the dog's going to be fine, whatever. But it's not cool because the dog's infected. All right? And it's infected with some sort of something that turns it into something, but I can't, it's a thing, something.
It's
It turns
a thing.
Right. But, so that's the horror part of it. But the thing of it is that, so then,
Oh, I see what you did there. The thing of it is.
I don't even know if I said that.
That was cute.
I don't even know what I'm doing. But listen. So hold on. So so the dog is infected. But the thing that got kind of weird about this is that you would think that the dog would have to bite someone for them to get infected. But then they tried to show you this, like, you remember Atari 2600? How
I remember it well.
remember the graphics on there? It was like crap.
Yeah.
But they tried showing you this on this screen of how these molecules are getting together, and that went over my head. Mm-hmm. But I figured it was a key to the movie, so I paid attention. And then other people started turning into the Thing. But
Other
they
people.
really didn't turn into the Thing because the Thing was a thing by itself. But I think that, but Tim, in the very, very beginning, before they're shooting this dog, they show a spacecraft, and I'm like, I didn't even think I had the right movie at first. But then when they go to the Norwegians, whose helicopter blew up, they go there and they find, I don't even know. They find something there, and they're putting all these pieces together, and they're figuring out people are getting infected, and they're turning into
The Thing
or monsters. So now there's a part during this show, not during the show, but during the movie, where they're like, shoot them with the flamethrower, shoot them.
Right.
And Kurt Russell couldn't get started.
Okay, yeah. He couldn't get it started. Flamethrowers are a weird thing, I think.
He had no problem earlier, and all of a sudden it doesn't work?
Well, remember in The Howling when they tried turning the car key and it didn't start at first?
Yeah.
This is called one of those horror movie tropes that when you most need the gun, when you most need the flamethrower, when you most need something, it ain't gonna work. That was the worst time for that flamethrower
but I was
to not work.
I was a little pissed because I'm like, come on.
You were a little pissed. Okay.
I was a little pissed about that, but I'm like, come on. Then I'm thinking it's going to work, and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But then, so then why were they using the flamethrower? Because when they tried shooting, it didn't work, did it? When you shot him with a gun, because he tried a gun on a couple of them.
Right. It didn't work because every molecule is almost its own entity.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. So
So
anyway,
it could split out like in, kind of like if you cut a leg off of a starfish, it starts another starfish.
I don't know about that. I heard that too, but I don't even know if that's true. Do you think that's true?
Yeah. That's because it's basically an amalgamation of one-celled organisms.
So an amoeba would do that too?
Yes.
See, look at that. I pay attention. So here, now listen to this. Now hold on. So now, this,
You can learn a lot of science from this show.
So another thing that happened was now they're figuring out that. So I got my hand out because I pretend I have a petri dish here.
Okay.
And it's got people's blood in it.
Yep.
But then
I get some people's blood.
No,
here
but now
somewhere.
listen, hold on. So
Okay.
now they heat up this wire and they touch the blood.
Mm-hmm.
But then stuff popped out of it. I didn't get that.
Right, because that blood was from the Thing.
Right.
And by the way, we're getting into spoilers, so everybody, these are going to be mild spoilers.
Well, he's
only.
holding it open right there. You
Yeah.
have spoilers
Yeah,
up there now.
yeah.
But we're not going to tell you
okay.
exactly what happens.
But by that needle touching it, what it's saying is that every cell of that creature wants to survive. So it felt the heat and it says, I'm getting out of here.
Okay, so the Thing likes cold. Oh, get this. Now listen to this, people. You're going to like this.
Well, it's comfortable in the cold. It's in the Antarctic for 100,000 years.
So that opening scene happened 100,000 years ago when it crashed into the Antarctica?
Correct.
Wow. The Earth looked the same, though.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing.
the Earth
That
looked
wasn't
different.
actually filmed at that time. We didn't have movie cameras 100,000.
Well, no, I know that, but they should have made it look more like the Earth would have looked 100,000 years ago. Like with all the continents in one area.
You know what? I don't know that I looked at that Earth that
see?
closely.
Yeah, you don't watch the movies like I do. But now listen to this. Now hold on.
I'll agree with that.
All right, but now listen to this. Now I don't even know where I was going with this because we got off on something stupid. Not stupid, but it
Hey,
was relevant.
now, behave.
No, I know, but I can't even think now. It was about the cold and the Thing. Oh, the cold.
Yeah.
So they shot this in British Columbia and Alaska, but the scenes that were underneath, those were shot on a stage in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And they actually dropped the temperature to 40 degrees inside those
Yeah, they
studios.
refrigerated the studio so
But-
that you could see breath. And that
But
sort of
they were
thing.
having a hard time seeing their breath. So Kurt Russell would actually smoke a cigarette in between takes to show his breath more. How do you like that? How about those
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
apples, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so
and
back to
people that are really interested in the making of the Thing, I'll try to put a link to it when we put this out on YouTube. We did an interview.
Yes, Mike
with
Exler does.
most of the. We didn't have Kurt Russell, obviously, but we had most of the surviving members of the Thing together at a Days of the Dead convention about 5 years ago or so, and it's really good. I don't know if he had a chance.
I did have a chance to watch it, and Mike Exler does an excellent job. He's going to be doing these same type of panel things to a degree at Horror
Horror
Realm.
Realm.
If you are listening to this, if you find this at all, and you get a chance to see him conduct an interview, it's fantastic. Exler does an excellent.
And T.K. Carter was trying to run away with it, and he didn't let him go.
Exler does an excellent job.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Excellent Exler.
Excellent. I got a new name for him.
Okay.
Double E.
Double E.
Double E. I like that. Double E. Anyways, so let's get back to this movie real quick, but we're not going to give anything away. I liked it. I'm not gonna bury the lead anymore. I liked it enough to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
Yes, it had snow. It had flamethrowers. It was a unique type of movie. As far as the horror graphic parts of it, I mean, I don't know. It was okay. I could have done without it because I think the movie would stand
So
alone
you didn't
without.
think it was scary?
I didn't.
You
I didn't find this as scary at all.
See,
I didn't find
I
this scary
really find this a scary movie. I think the special effects are much better than any CGI stuff. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you saw this movie when you were in your teens, maybe it'd be scary. But I didn't jump or scare at all. I actually enjoyed watching this movie. It was like watching a story.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi.
Right. So movie, looks like I can handle sci-fi.
Okay.
But
Good
anyways,
to know. Good to know.
But anyways, everybody does a great job in this. Keith David plays a great part in here. Kurt Russell, of course, is awesome.
And this is kind of a cool way to end the season because we started with John Carpenter.
Yes.
And we ended with John Carpenter, and Keith David was in both of them.
Yeah, it's like we bookended it.
But you like this one better.
I did, and I wanted to see They Live. And
I
was like,
know.
But this one, I didn't know. But this was a really good movie. If you want to watch a sci-fi movie...
Now, were you able to predict who was infected?
No.
Like when they're testing and all that?
No, because I
think
I
you do a great
what can I
job
say about
at
this?
it.
Can I say anything about this? Can I say about Kurt Russell? Because, well, see, even at the end, you don't even know. Because even at the end, you really don't know because time is going to run out on everybody. Mm-hmm. But the thing of it is that I don't want to even say anything. But yes, they keep it because, like I said, Tim, it wasn't like in a zombie movie, you get bit by a zombie or whatever, you're going to turn into a zombie if that's the way that goes. Mm-hmm. But here, they don't really show how anybody got infected.
Right.
And you really don't know. So
There's one scene. I'll tell you about this. There's one scene early on in the movie where the dog is just kind of walking around.
Uh-huh.
And you see the guy's shadow turn.
Yep.
That is the first infection.
Yep.
That's what most people agree to. Now, what I was alluding to earlier is that you can find YouTube videos by the score of people that take this entire movie and try to break down when absolutely everybody gets infected. I'll give you another hint. Wilford Brimley, okay?
Yeah.
Dr. Blair.
Mr. Quaker Oats.
Yeah. At one point, he's got a pen, and he's doing this after just touching the alien. He's sitting there, and he's putting it by his mouth. A lot of people have said he infected himself right there. I personally think he infected himself when he's knee deep in that thing and he's pulling out the organs. This is probably, maybe they'll wear a mask or something and he would have been okay.
But this is a really great movie. It's put together I enjoyed it. So,
you know what's nice is it starts, you learn a little bit about him. Then you learn a little more. Then you learn a little bit more. And then all of a sudden you got shit is going
Hell breaks loose. You got to pay attention.
It builds nicely.
So do you want me to give the horror movie, the sports movie
Hold on, I got a button. Let's see. That one worked.
I really have some of these.
It's probably way too loud for
everybody.
Peggy. Sorry about that.
So
that sounds loud.
Kurt Russell, the main character, McCready.
Yeah.
He was in a few sports movies. Most notably.
Can I guess?
No, because you know him.
Okay.
I got to have some sort of spotlight.
Go ahead.
In 2004, he was in the movie The Miracle about the 1980 hockey team, U.S. hockey team. He plays Coach Herb Brooks. Okay. 1986, do you know this one? Because I'll just say it. Okay, you don't. 1986, he was in the movie The Best of Times. He plays Reno
Yes.
Highwater.
Yes.
He
Okay.
stars in that movie with Robin Williams. And in 1975, he plays the strongest man in the world,
Right.
Dexter Riley.
Dexter Riley, that was a number of it wasn't Riverdale, but there were about 3 movies where he played Dexter
Yeah.
Riley. Now you see him, now you don't. World's Strongest Man and the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Did I miss a Kurt Russell one that you have that I don't?
Well, in Overboard, he's a boating
Okay.
enthusiast.
Yes, and he works a miniature golf course. So now I'll move on to the next one. Donald Moffatt.
Donald Moffatt.
Who did he play? He played Gary.
He played Gary, the trigger-happy military.
The
guy,
one that
I
the
guess.
thing actually puts his hands on his face and like pushes his fingers through his face. He played Ford
Spoiler.
Frick. He played Ford Frick in that movie
61.
61 asterisk.
Yeah.
He
61 asterisk. I forgot. That's what we call it. 61 asterisk.
he also played the Colonel in the 1986 movie The Best of Times
Oh.
with Kurt
And that
Russell.
was about the same time, just 3-4 years after that. That movie was
Keith
made. Okay.
David.
Keith David, now you had said there was a sports movie, and I've been sitting here racking my brain on it. It wasn't something like Last Boy Scout or
No,
something,
no.
was it? Okay.
No, that was Damon Wayans. It's the 2016 movie Last Punch. He plays Don King, boxing promoter Don King.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd probably be good at that. He's very good at being wild and very boisterous.
And Richard Macer, who plays Clark. He was the dog guy, right? He was the dog.
Yeah, he was the dog guy.
Yep. He was also in the 2001 61 asterisk. He played the reporter.
Yes, and he was one of them. Keith David was at that Days of the Dead. Richard Macer,
Yep.
David Clennon. Now David Clennon played Palmer, who's kind of like the burnout of the group.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He is the nicest person of that. There's a number of nice people in that cast, but he is just an absolute doll. He's really, really nice.
All right. Well, do you want my score?
I do, but I'm
You want to talk more about this?
gonna
because-
guess. No,
you're gonna
I
guess?
got my finger ready.
10.
Attaboy.
Is that what you had?
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
it was gonna be a 10. When you told me you watched it a second time, I'm like, okay. Let me tell you why I think you saw it a second time. I think you were like, what did I miss? When did they switch? When did he become the monster? Right?
Well,
That's what you're looking for.
I was just trying to figure out that whole Earth scene in the beginning, and I just kept it on.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I kind of wanted to tell what was going on. Like, when did they switch? and
I
all
was
that,
like,
yeah.
he ain't gonna watch it a second time if he hated it.
I watched it twice in 24 hours, Tim.
Oh my god.
So, anyways, there you go.
And-
So, it's a
and
very good movie. Please,
It's a great movie. Check it out. And the prequel
Yeah.
to this movie is available on Amazon Prime for free right now. The prequel is not as good, but it's a direct prequel. Like the ending credits of this movie are the beginning credits of the thing.
wait, the ending is the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, the ending of that movie
Is the beginning of this.
is the dog running away from
Really?
from the whatevers.
From the Norwegians.
yeah.
So, is this where Dr. Seuss got thing 1 and thing 2?
No. Now,
on.
1956, they made a version of the thing that has a sports movie connection.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. I got a button. I adjusted the sound. I think that's better.
I don't know.
Anyway, directed by Howard Hawks, who directed Man's Favorite Sport
Oh, really?
from season
Season one.
1. Yeah. So,
Season 1, inning 6.
yeah, and there is some debate if Howard Hawks directed it or Christian Nyby, who's his protege. Most people say if Christian Nyby directed it, it was with so much direction from Howard Hawks that he basically directed it. So that's been a controversy for years. So that's the thing, and now it's time for your favorite portion of the show. Okay, and we can't look at our chat for a while.
Yeah, turn it down. We'll let people guess, and then we'll go back and see who was right and who was wrong.
Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what, Trogdor, I'm putting you in charge. When I come back to look in the chat room, I want you to list out who got it right and wrong, so I don't have to look too long.
Yeah, because there looks like there was some stuff on there. Do not go back, because there's some stuff on there that I'm going to work on here.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So
take
you
a
ask
look
me
at it.
first, all right?
I'm asking you first about the thing. Can I ask
Yeah.
you about the thing? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, the way this works, by the way, folks, I'm going to read out 3 statements. One of them is not true. The other 2 are true. It's up to Jeff's BS detector to tell him which one is not true. Okay?
Yeah.
And all of you out in
really?
in there, you can sit there and put the your thoughts in chat. We're not looking at it right now. And see if you can figure out which one is true and which one is false. So you're only going to answer with the false.
Right.
Okay.
And I
Here we
rarely
go.
get these right, so don't listen to my answer.
He's been remarkably successful on trivia.
I pay attention.
So I'll have to find a way to cheat him out of that. All right. The Thing has been made 3 times based on the John W. Campbell novella, Who Goes There? Which has also, and I've read, which has also been used as one of the influences on the classic horror film series Invasion of the Body Snatchers, though those films stray from the story a bit more. Okay,
What's a novella again?
a short novel.
Does Peggy write those?
Usually
Peggy
about
writes those,
100.
doesn't she?
She writes so much. She probably writes mega novels.
Okay.
She writes a lot. She's got like calluses.
Okay.
Okay. B. Rob Bottin, and I think that's how I've heard it pronounced, but it's Bottin.
You're close.
He did the special effect makeup for the film and worked on the cantina scene in Star Wars and played one of the cantina band members.
Huh. Okay.
Letter C. Ennio Morricone, who composed the score for this film, also did the score to Clint Eastwood's spaghetti westerns, most notably The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. A.
God.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. B. Rob Bottin in Star Wars. C. Ennio Morricone, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the Thing soundtracks. Same guy.
This is tough. A is correct.
Okay.
B is correct.
Okay.
C could be correct.
That's you're not allowed to call them all correct.
All right. You know what? I really.
And by the way, there's not much pressure. You already won the season.
I know, but I want to.
I know you want to whoop me.
All right.
You want to whoop me.
I think that A is correct because I remember in the credits at the end saying something about Who Goes There. So there's something about that book. So I think you put that in there. And this Rob Bottin thing, that sounds like that could be so correct. And then he was he's one of the band members. And I'm trying to think the band members in there, but I don't know. And then this Ennio Morricone guy or whatever it's called.
Ennio Morricone.
Well, you're better at that than I am. So let's just see here. That sounds right too, though. But that sounds like that's more right than the Star Wars. I think the Star Wars one, you're trying to trick me with. So I'm gonna say that B is false.
B is false.
It was C, wasn't it?
It was A.
You see, good on you,
Okay.
Tim. Good on you.
It was based on the novella
Yep.
Who Goes There.
Good on you.
But that was not the basis of Invasion of Body Snatchers. There was a separate short
Yep.
story
Good for you.
that Invasion of Body Snatchers
Yep.
was based upon.
Good
Okay,
job.
now the one that I almost used
Yeah.
is Donald Pleasance was actually considered for the role that Wilford Brimley played.
Donald.
Pleasance from Halloween 4, the doctor
Yeah.
with the gun.
I would have figured that was true.
Yeah. Just so you know, Rob Bottin was actually the makeup artist on this. He worked 24/7 pretty well on it. He had to go to the hospital after this movie was done. He
Really?
worked so hard on it. He's kind of a strange guy. He was an assistant of Rick Baker, who did American Werewolf in London, and has won probably more makeup awards than any other person. He was kind of like his second in command. Did a lot of work in the 80s, and he's been like, he kind of like disappeared the last couple of years. It's been kind of interesting. And the Nino Morricone, there is some debate on that one because John Carpenter is really a musician of its own right. And there's a lot of people that think that he might have wrote it himself, parts of it, but that's not accurate according to John himself. But he did screw around with the score quite a bit. So there's extra information for you.
Okay.
For free.
Thanks, Tim.
You get that for the same price of admission, folks.
All right.
I forgot to turn on the question marks. That was bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
On to trivia about...
Here, hold on. I got to practice. Okay. I'm ready.
on to trivia about the movie Long Gone or their people or whatever.
Okay, let's go.
So...
Hey!
Virginia Matson,
Yeah.
in an interview, admitted that she is a Trekkie. She even said that she was sobbing so hard after the end of Star Trek II when Spock died. That was in 1982.
Now, she said she was a Trekkie. Does that mean that she likes
loves Star
having
Trek.
lots of sex?
She loves Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Virginia Matson
Thank you.
claimed that she was hypnotized for some of the scenes in Candyman.
Okay.
And Cecil, well, not Cecil, I gotta call him by his real name. William S. Peterson made his Broadway made his Broadway debut in 1996 in the production of Cats in New York City.
Well, B was Virginia Matson being hypnotized. I
Yep.
heard something about that.
All right.
But I thought it was... I thought they had to hypnotize Todd. Oh, what the hell's his name? The guy that played Candyman, because
help
he
you.
actually had to put the bees in his mouth.
There's bees in someone's mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not watching that.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that got hypnotized and not Virginia Matson, but I'm not sure. C was
the one about his Broadway debut was in 1996.
William Peterson, I think, did come from musical theater, so that one sounds pretty true to me.
And then A was that Virginia Matson admitted to being a Trekkie because she actually sobbed during Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, when Spock died. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, really, dude.
Come on. The movie's in
There's
1986,
people-
for God's sakes.
It's the only... Well, it's not the only, but it's one of the few Trek movies I can recommend.
I actually like the... We'll talk about it later. Go ahead.
Oh, hell, it doesn't matter which I pick.
Well, no, you should try to get it right.
I'm going to go with A. My gut tells me that A is false.
A is the one where she's a Trekkie.
Yeah.
No, that one's right.
God
So
damn it.
you're wrong.
Is it 2? Is it B?
No. It's the William Peterson one.
Really?
William Peterson made his Broadway debut in 1996
I
in
would've never
Tennessee
got it.
Williams' The Night of the Iguana.
Well, I never would have got it.
I know.
So, that's that. Oh, I'm supposed to change it.
Yeah.
Wow. I continue to suck up the world here.
But, you know, the thing of it is that, we got to check to see what people thought.
And see, I'm a loser twice, and I'll tell you why. It isn't just that I don't get the trivia, but I have to watch those horrendous, stinky sports movies.
Whatever.
And my life is forever altered with having to watch that absolute trash.
So I gotta give you a piece of trivia.
Okay.
That actually, William S. Peterson, he's a great athlete. He played
75 to 77.
He played football
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
And actually had a scholarship to play at Idaho football, but he fell in love with theater there.
Okay.
And that's what got him into doing theater work.
Wow.
And so he was actually really a football. And
I thought he was in musical theater. Who the hell did I read that about?
well, he was, but I just fooled you.
Bastard.
I fooled you. Long Gone, awesome movie.
Yeah, so at the end of
So is The Thing.
9 innings of play,
Yeah,
Jeff
won.
wins season 3.
Crushed
So
you.
you came back. First season you won.
Crushed you.
I got lucky in season 2. And
I
then
even gave you 2
season
10s
3.
in there. Holy balls.
Yeah. Yeah, but I gave you consistently high scores for movies.
Because
that
they're good
suck.
movies.
No.
Anyways.
Don't get me started.
Anyways.
I feel like my
You just
life
turned off
is-
my phone or my TV.
No, you don't know how to
There we go.
operate that thing.
Well, let's
Oh
see, hey, how
yeah,
do
we
people
were
do?
gonna check.
How did you?
Let's check Trogdor. Nobody got Jeff's answer right,
No, we got any.
so
right.
nobody
Well,
got anything right.
well,
Wow.
let's see. What did Trogdor? Did you get that one? Wait. So let's go up. Someone guessed B.
Wow. Well, we don't know
And
which
she
one
guessed
they're doing.
A. So I don't even know.
Tony Todd. Thank you for the name. I thought. Okay. Anyway.
I'm glad people stuck around for the whole thing.
Yes. Want to remind you, this is the end of
Yeah.
our season, folks.
Thanks for stopping out.
So we do appreciate you coming by. There it is. We will be starting again in January, and of course, we're going to have that Horror Realm wrap up
Yep.
in between seasons. So,
Will we have a preview show?
We're going to have a preview show.
All right.
We might even do a tier maker show. And a tier maker show is where we take all the movies and we rank them from one of our previous seasons.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me the worst stuff and see if I cry. I thought you were gonna give me the worst movie ever and see if you were gonna make me just weep.
Okay.
Like-
and for people that think that that's what I'm up to, use the hashtag Don't Break Jeff. That's going to be the hashtag, because there are a few people I've talked to that are like, "Are you trying to break him?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to break him. These are good movies."
Anybody who comes out to Horror Realm and says "Don't break Jeff," you get a free piece of merch.
Wow, what an outstanding value!
You gotta be kidding me! That's awesome.
I want to thank, by the way, the people that were in our chat room that got attacked mercilessly by our bot. Apparently, our bot was throwing people out for putting in links.
Are
and
you
stuff.
serious?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do something. I don't know what the
Where are
bot's
the bots
doing.
from?
It's probably The Thing.
That thing was a good movie. Oh
Yeah,
man,
it
I might
was.
watch the prequel. I might go home and watch the prequel
You know,
tonight.
it isn't horrible. It gets a bad rap, but it's like it's a prequel to one of the greatest. It's kind of like Jaws 2. Jaws 2 is an okay movie.
Jaws 3 is awesome.
But it's coming after Jaws, so it's as I read in one review, it's like putting a mustache on the Mona Lisa. You know, it's like it's kind of tough, but yeah, it's a decent movie. It's entertaining, and it has a great joke at the beginning. So I will not tell you the joke.
knock knock joke.
It's a racy joke. You'll enjoy it.
all right,
You'll
cool.
enjoy it, but it's in Norwegian.
No, I'm not gonna know it then.
Well,
Anyway,
they have subtitles. That's what they do in those.
I have to read this movie.
No, only a little
Okay,
portion.
that's too
only a little portion, pal.
Well, thank you everybody for checking us out. In
Yes,
season 3.
thank you so much. We hope to see you out in Pittsburgh
Yep.
for Horror Realm. We will be back in January for the big season 4. We have picked the movies, and it's a matter of getting everything sourced and putting together all the graphics for it. But I think we got it. I think we got it. In fact, a couple came in from the library today. So I know
Oh, really?
they
One
worked,
on one? Or did you find that one? Oh, don't tell anybody. Forget it. Spoiler alert, you didn't hear anything.
We're going to wait until the mics are off and continue that conversation, everybody.
But we'll see you all in Pittsburgh. Hopefully you'll get down there on Thursday when we are there. And we'll all head to Tennyson.
No, nobody's going to go there. Thanks, everybody. Remember to tune in each and every week. We are available on so many different systems out there. You're now on iHeart. We're on Pandora. We're on TuneIn. We're on Stitcher. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts. You can yell out to your Echo, and it'll start playing our two voices.
Sometimes we're on a milk carton.
Or on the side of a koozie, or sometimes there as well. This is so cool. Don't you like the new logo?
Wait, I gotta go this way. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like the new logo.
And then, we gotta say, hey, thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin,
yes,
put this together for us. Caitlin, my Caitlin, she put this together.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Caitlin.
And did you notice that the QR code is a diamond? Did everybody check
that was her
out?
idea.
Everybody check that out.
I added
so
just
what
as a
is it?
square.
It's first base, second base, and home base?
And third base, yep.
No, there's no base there.
That's the pitcher's mound.
That's because you're usually off base. All right, everybody.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Remember, if it's sports, it's a home run. If it's horror,
Run
home. We're dead on the bases, and we'll see you next time. Otherworldlyculture.com.
Double X. Mike Exler. Double X. I'm going to be calling that at Pittsburgh. Double E. Or do you like double E better? Double E or double X?
I think double E.
Double E. I'm going to go double E. Okay, wait.
DoubleE.com. You notice we get yelled at a lot for talking over each other. We would never do that,
What?
would we?
No.
I don't think
I don't
we'd
talk
ever
over you
do
at all.
that. That's
Nope.
just nonsense.
That wouldn't be right.
No, it would be rude.
I don't care if you're here or if you're in China.
Exactly.
Oh, look at this. Next. All right.
It's like a giant Swiss cheese.
You do a fantastic job with all this work here.
I agree. See you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for
Have a
stopping
great
by.
night.